anyway.
Hi there, people out there. Welcome to Sipping Tea with the Senpais. I'm your mediator, Senpai Nyera.
Hi. Senpai Kai.
Yahida.
Yo.
So local demon senpai, Yahida.
Yeah, that's
And then there's
my phone too. Or like, I give the rudest answer that I can, which is what?
Truly a New York man. And then in the lower corner is our special guest senpai, Elexus. Everybody give hands.
Hola. Okay.
I want to thank y'all for tuning in. And we're going to jump right in. And if you guys heard our episode 0, you know exactly what we're going to talk about, which is our deep and utter hatred of geese. And Yahida, why don't you kick it off, because you seem to hate them more than anyone else.
I mean it, yo. Like, I'm not from the state of Georgia or like the South, and like birds fly to the South in winter, but I've even seen geese like in winter, and I'm like, I thought like they were supposed to, I don't know, go more south, like maybe Florida or something like that. No, and don't make it. I don't like that. Let me say it like this: it's not that I hate geese. It's that they are the most aggressive fucking thing I've ever came across. Okay, I gotta be honest. I've never met, like I said, I've never met an animal that is so ready to square up 24/7. Oh my god, yes. And oddly enough, I'm not the only person who's been like ran up on by geese. And the worst part is like you don't hear them coming because you see them, you're like, oh, look at the little animals in the lake, right? Or you'd be like, oh my god, look at all this beautiful nature, and then you hear rah, rah, and I'm like, hold. They have nasty. I have a nasty attitude, but I didn't know animals can have a nasty attitude, and I think that's like the biggest problem. I've had multiple geese at multiple times run up on me, and as everybody knows, like it's illegal to kill one of them. So I'm not willing to go to jail like for killing one, but I'm absolutely ready to square up on one and send it to the vet. I think I can properly fist fight, because they're all in groups, okay? They are a gang. Right. These are
they run deep like they are the blood in the creek. They be like, look, I'm ready. I got it on me. That's what they are.
And then
they're disrespectful too. They'll poop right in front of you.
God. And that's one reason, like, I'm so glad I'm not at college anymore, because our college was so surrounded by them. Like, I never seen more geese in my life there than any other place in my life. Because, oh my god, you would walk to the school building where the classes were, they'd be, like, standing outside the door looking at you like, where do you think you're going? I'm trying to go to class. What are you doing? And they'll just be like, and then they'll hiss at you if you get too close, and you're like, I'm just trying to go to class, man. It's not that hard. Move out the way. But I've seen it where geese are just, I'll never forget. There was this one time at school, I was walking to, I think I was just meeting up friends in general, and I saw, like, you're not really supposed to feed them, because, you keep feeding them, they'll keep coming after you eventually. And so there was one time, like, somebody passing by just threw bread on the ground, and there was a small little duck, like probably a baby duck, just sitting there pecking the food, and I was like, aww. And then literally all I see was the geese were on the other side of the school. I see them all turn their heads at the same time, and one went, oh, and literally all I see was just flying geese across the thing, trying to go after this baby duck. I was like, oh my god, no.
That poor little duck is dead.
So,
like, you don't even have to speak geese to know what they said.
Right. You already know.
What? Like, and
like, what?
No, so all four of us have gone to the same college, and I was walking to work one morning, and I had decided to take the long way around to my job. It's still on campus, but I just decided to take a walk in the morning, and I'm walking past the gym, and I have my headphones in, and I have my music blasting. And, I'm chilling. It's just me having a good time in the morning, enjoying my walk. All of a sudden, I can hear it through my headphones, the loudest squawk I've ever heard. And then I turn my head. There's a goose flying at me. I'm like, oh, and I don't even know what happened. I just jump into the dirt, like I'm ducking, like I'm trying to dodge a bullet. I'm like, and I just jump into the dirt, and then there it is, standing. Bruh, it was about to try to catch. It wanted me to catch that fade. I was like, bruh, I'm ducking and dodging. I'm out of here. And I look, and I'm still lying in the dirt in the morning, and the dirt's wet, of course. And there's the goose. Just sitting there on the sidewalk, looking at me, like, what's and I'm like, I hope you die.
Right.
Even now.
Bruno used to walk to work, or he would walk, or take a little short walk every now and then, on the school property. And no joke, I was on the phone with him because I was hanging out in a little cafeteria building thing. And he's like, oh my God, she just tried to fight me. My brain registered some woman decided she wanted to roll up on my boyfriend for whatever reason. She probably mistook him for somebody else. And now she's trying to put hands on him. So I'm like, oh, where are you? Tell me where you are. Cause I'm ready to scrap. And he's like, no, get away from me. And he's like, oh my God. And I hear him start running. And I'm like, where are you? Answer my question. Are you okay? What does she have? Is she rolling up on you with a weapon or something? Because he's huge. So why are you built like a fridge and running from a female who is probably smaller than you? And he runs. I hear the little door thing open, and I was like, what's going on? Because by then I left my purse and everything on the balcony. I'm going, and he's like, the geese was coming. I was like, sorry, now this was before I had my own geese encounters. So I was like, yeah, you're scared of geese? And he was like, Yahida, you have not lived in this area that long. You don't understand. These things can fight. They will come after you. They have teeth. Yeah, they have teeth and hands. And I was like, okay. So then, some time later, they started rolling up on me, and I was like, hold on. Like I said, I think I could properly fist fight about 7 geese until well, you know what? Now I'm gonna say 7. I'm gonna say 3 now. Because that somebody posted of with, I don't know, 2 geese attacking them. A lot of people said there were more geese near them, but I didn't see any of that in the video. And you just see this person stop, and he's trying to fight off the. I was like, oh my God, yo. I thought Southerners were joking. I thought they were just complaining because geese are and you can't kill them. Or they take your food out your hands on some birds in Florida while you're at the beach type thing. No, they are really trying to throw
These
hands,
are the most hoodest Alfred Hitchcock levels of nightmare birds ever.
Yeah.
I was walking to there's a mall near our school, and I was walking to it, and I just looked to the left when I'm walking through the parking lot. There's 20 of these birds, 20 geese just posted up in the parking lot. ain't no cars around, and they posted up like a bunch of hood brothers, and I'm like, this is absolutely a gang. They're absolutely thugs. I used to say they're racist, but they're not racist against black people. They're just racist against humans. They hate people.
Yeah, and I would feel bad for like the groundskeepers at the school, because there was literally one time.
So much bird poop.
No, not even that. I just happened to overhear walking in the hallway one day. Well, for one thing, there was ambulances and stuff outside the there's a meeting spot where all the we call it the UC. There was an ambulance outside the UC, and I was like, why is there an ambulance? And I just happened to overhear there were people working on the roof because the geese had laid eggs way up there, and it was like blocking stuff to help the Wi-Fi and all that stuff. So they were trying to take the nest down, and the guy got attacked by the geese, and it was so bad. He was like, his face was all, well, it wasn't really mangled, but he was all real scratched up real bad and stuff. And I was just, damn.
Okay, so did you guys know? Oh God, I didn't hear that story either. But did you guys know that the geese that are on the campus now are a whole different pair of geese than what we knew before? Because someone, a blessed human being, a wonderful, tranquil person, poisoned all those freaking geese from before.
Wait, what?
It was, I want to say, a year ago, or a year and a half ago. Someone poisoned that group of thug geese, and the maintenance guys had to pull all the bodies out of the water. I remember because my chemistry teacher told me, and I could not help myself. I was in class when she told us. I was like, good riddance to them evil bugs. Forgive my language. I was so happy, but the geese now aren't that bad. They don't even really hang out around the humans. They'd be like, but I still avoid them. I'm like, I'm gonna still walk across the street, to avoid you. That sounds so wrong, but yes, I will walk across the street to avoid them freaking birds. They are terrible.
They are terrible.
Even now.
Kai, where me and you are from, in New York, you don't encounter geese. That's not that's not a thing. And so I have a lot of family that still lives up there, and when they would call me while I'm at the school, they would be like, why are you shouting, and why are you over here making little nasty comments? Because I'm like, the hell away from me, I'm not in the mood today. And I would tell them, look, it's these geese, they are horrible, they're over there run off in. Look, and one of the things, when Bruno was starting to try to get into school, they told him, look, you can't hurt the geese. They're like, can't hurt them, you can't touch them, but be very careful because they're very aggressive. Do not eat in front of them because they will attack you. I was like,
yep.
Don't you think you should remove them first? And they're like, it's illegal, you can't. They all have little tags on their little ankles. And I was like,
then some wonderful person remove them for us, and I was like, yeah.
That's not okay. If I feel like because they're so aggressive and because they're about that life, I feel like the only way the only way they should go out, is in a fist fight with me. Let me tell you something right now. I've never had geese chicken, but boy,
Yahida, 9 times out of 10, someone was ready to suplex these geese. I have dreamt about suplexing them birds. I'm so glad they're gone, but I don't want to try them new ones. They seem like they're okay, but you never know.
Right, you don't know who's gonna set them off, and so I'm just like, you can stay over.
I'm like, look, we can't set it off right now. If it happens, I'm afraid one day them birds are gonna pull a gun out. So one of the birds are gonna pull a gun out and just shoot somebody.
Literally,
the rest of the birds on campus are fine.
The only bird that I messed with at school was the swan, mainly because the swan, protected me from the geese one day. I was trying to go, and I think it was that day I was trying to go to class. They were standing in front of the door, you know, hissing at me, and all they see. And I love that swan. I don't know if she's still there, but there used to be at our school. There used to be 2 pairs of swans, and sadly one of them got killed by a snake. And so the other one is just alone by herself. And like I said, one day I was going to class, and all the geese were just at the front door, and I was like, I don't have time to go around the building. I just have to go through the door. And literally, they were like standing there hissing me at me like, where are you going? I'm like, to class, please, thank you. But they wouldn't move. And
I just what's the password, Kai? What's the magic word?
I just happened to see the swan just walking up to the door, and all the geese turned at it, and then they just slowly started walking away. I was like, oh, thank you, swan. I didn't have anything to feed her, but I was just like, oh, thank you. And she just like nodded and just walked away.
It's the swans and the ducks are all cool. And that one heron that just hangs out. Oh, girl.
You're talking about the one that has like its own toupee, okay?
Oh, I call that
Donald! Everyone calls him Donald Trump because he looks like this.
I was thinking the same thing when I seen it. I was like, that is a very Donald Trump.
I call them.
Y'all, there's a duck on campus, and it's a white duck with like gray spots, but it has this tuft of feathers on top of its head that looks like Donald Trump's toupee. And we just call him Donald Trump.
It's like,
yeah, I used to call when he was.
To definitely find a picture of it so we can show him.
I wish. And then there's a gray heron you see like early in the mornings who's like the coolest bird ever. He'll just stand there and just look cool. Everyone will just take pictures of him. But the ducks, the swan, and the heron, everything, all the geese though, them some hood.
You know, what you're saying, like, I would be making geese soup, okay? When I was pregnant, I was running from one of them, and I stopped, and I was like, I'm like 180 pounds. Why am I running from something that's probably like 20 pounds? And then I turned
That's
around.
because it's not just one of them. There's 28. And all of them will run up on you.
Exactly. Like, I was pregnant, and like, I turned around, and I was like ready to fight the one that was chasing me. And then when I turned around, there's like 8 of them, not one running after me. And I was like, oh! And Angela stopped me, and she was like, why are you running? I was like, that geese! What do you mean? You didn't just see it? The clear window? Like,
Them birds, I feel like, would absolutely take on like a Super Saiyan and they would win. They're fucking so evil!
They had an episode of regular show where the geese kept messing up the park, and literally it got to a point where the only way they could get rid of the geese was that they had to go into like a megazord of just all this stuff they had, and then they beamed down the geese, and so they were like, screw you, we're going away now. We're like, yeah.
That's exactly what I expect to happen.
Of a cartoon I've ever seen in my life.
On the list of things, okay, you know what? Let me say it. I do absolutely hate geese. I would never. If one of them ever does bite me, I'm letting y'all know right now, I will be having geese for dinner. However, y'all think I'm playing? Like,
no, I mean, I'm glad I learned to just back up, because I'm telling you, if anything, and that's just me with animals in general. Well, not animals in general, but animals that I don't like, I will swing. That's the first thing. That's my first thing. My first instinct. Swing. What? Why are you near me? No, go away.
Next up, some cosplay love.
Let's talk about being black or just being brown and just cosplaying characters that are not that. So, our resident cosplay experts, Kai and Elexus. Alexis doesn't want to say she's an expert, but she's close enough.
I would not say that.
You won't admit it.
I say I
You
dabble
won't
at the
admit
most.
it, but she's got more cosplay experience than me. So, there's that. But them two right here are the best cosplayers that I know. So I want them to get this little topic started about being black in cosplay. So ladies, if y'all could take it away.
Go ahead, Kai.
honestly, being black and cosplaying, it's a trip. Not just like building wise, but just oh my god, like you have to deal with so much. Like, first of all, people will already out you if you're not the same skin color as the character. Like literally, when I first started cosplaying, I've been cosplaying since about 2013. My first cosplay, I had such a hard time trying to decide who to cosplay because I had to think about, I was thinking about, well, now I don't worry about it, but back then I was thinking, okay, I'm black. What black cosplayer, what black character could I do? And now, well, they're slowly starting to get more black people in there, but back then there were like barely any black people out there. Or if
Like
they
five.
were so like 5. And so and then even if they were black, they weren't the main character. They were the side characters or a background character. So I decided to do Yoruichi from Bleach because even though she's not the main, she's well known. So, and that, like the Nyera said, that was probably one of the 5 people that black girls did back then was Yoruichi from Bleach. It's a simple purple hair, black outfit. There you go. But yeah, black cosplaying, it's so crazy, and it gets crazier by the year because like you get people that just don't like you for your skin, they don't like your facial features. It's all types of stuff that goes down in cosplay. So
I agree with me, like, because I've heard so many stories, and I've actually like seen 2 people at most arguing because they were like, you can't cosplay that person is like white. And I was like, no the hell they're not. Every anime character you see, unless like they are announced to be like a completely different race, they're all Japanese. Like,
right.
I don't like that they shame black cosplayers, and it makes me mad because I'm like, hold on. First of all, you can't be gatekeeping cosplay or anime because you're American, just like the rest of us. All right, you shouldn't be cosplaying if that's the case. And they get rude with it too. Like, there was this one girl, she was crying on TikTok, and she was upset because, and this had to be old because there's no con open this year because of the virus.
Right.
And she was crying because she's like, I'm not crying because I lost or something like that. She's like, I'm crying because this is ridiculous that people are really sitting here shaming her. Excuse me. They were shaming her because she's like a heavy-set woman and she was cosplaying. And she was cosplaying someone who's not heavy because most like anime characters.
Yeah, most anime characters are like the size of my pinky, so I'm just like,
that is not a proportion you should
take. Never
you're
ever.
not gonna get that.
That's not a proportion. That's not a body proportion you should have or aspire to ever.
Right. But some people will go that length, and that's what's scary. That's one of the scary sides about it. Like, people will do. They don't do it as much now, but around the time when I was first cosplaying, people were doing some crazy stuff. Like, I don't even remember the character, but there was this one girl that was trying to do this character that had like a burnt face and stuff. And you know, thinking, oh, they can do that out of latex and stuff. No, she was literally putting syringes in her face to like suck out whatever the air. I don't know what you even do with it, but it was like sucking out the air so she actually looked like she had the, make it look actually natural. And I was just like, that is crazy. Are you kidding me?
That is too intense. I'm just like, you shouldn't really have to go through violence to do a cosplay in the first place, unless it's just your personal preference and you don't care. But even then, it's still something
like
too dangerous. Why go that
like
far?
The most body modification I'll do is like a stomach holder to hold in my stomach or something. But that's it. That is it. I don't do anything outside of that. I don't do.
I
Super freaking
I don't
cosmetic.
cosplay. I think I've done one, and it was a cosplay of Peter Griffin because that's as close as I could get out of what's in my closet.
Still a cosplay.
Yeah, close
Still
enough.
a cosplay.
But-
Cosplay is life, especially right now you can't go anywhere.
But we go to MomoCon every year, and that on the last day, there's always this panel that they have about cosplaying out of not just your race, but out of your body type and things of that nature. And every year it's always been super good and super interesting. It's led by two Black women. One lady, she makes her own armor, and she does that as a job throughout the year. And she makes her own armor, and it's amazing. And this other lady, she does all these excellent X-Men characters. Her best one I think I saw was the Dark Phoenix, and she had a full red fro with it, and it was bomb.
Yeah.
But one of the things I remember seeing was so different was there was a girl there, and she was white, but she was in a wheelchair, and she was cosplaying Rumpelstiltskin from Once Upon a Time. And all the costume was amazing. But she's like, and she had decorated her wheelchair with all these things, and her outfit looked amazing, and she was cute as fuck too. But she went up there and she was talking about how, like, her first couple times cosplaying, people would always talk shit about her or say things because she's in a wheelchair. And I'm like, yes, being Black and people absolutely talking mad crap about you because you're not the same skin tone as your character you're playing. I'm like, first off, there's not a lot of Black people or a lot of brown people in anime, and most of the time they're kind of offensive if you do see them.
Yeah, they do. Like, I can automatically think of like people from One Piece. I can't think of his name. I don't remember the character name. I don't watch One Piece. Sorry.
What is it?
What
is it? What's that shonen that just came out a couple years? I want to say last year with the little girl as the main character. Neverland, Wonderland, something.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is either. But there's a Black lady in the anime, and we were making so much progress. And then she came out and was like, y'all done went back about 50 years. This looks like a mammy character.
Yeah.
Like, how bad did y'all do this?
It was bad.
They still kind of do. I need you guys to just I'm sorry, Gaga.
No, they still kind of draw. They don't do it as much now, but they still do kind of draw Black people like they used to do characters.
Oh, like pink lips and everything.
Pink
just
lips,
like,
dark skin.
Why?
I want everyone to think about.
Yeah, Mr. Popo. Mr. Popo
is the most racist. No, him and
Jinx.
And Jinx from Pokemon. Jinx to be all Black. If
they
you watch
changed their skin to purple.
She was all Black, and then they changed her purple like not too long
all
after.
Black, big boobs, blonde hair, like a Black woman with a wig on.
I can't like that.
Asian folks was just not.
Yeah, but that's why I'm glad. Like I said, they're not quite there yet, but they're getting there. Like the latest Black people anime that I saw, I won't say it's Black people, but freaking if y'all see Cannon Busters on Netflix.
It's on my list.
Yeah.
I started it. I haven't finished it.
The main characters are all, they're not you can't really classify them as Black people, like, but
they're brown.
They're all dark skinned. They're dark skinned. I was like, okay, dark skin. Let's keep this going, because you don't see many characters that are dark skinned.
You don't. And then there's like Black people are in just anime or just in general are just making strides. Like, did you guys hear about those two brothers who opened up their own anime studio in Japan?
Yes,
Maybe.
Yes.
I might have heard about that. But tell me
Yes.
anyway.
So I don't remember their names, but I just heard about them on another podcast that I listened to. And they were the Black excellence of the day. And it was these two brothers who loved anime and so much that they went to Japan and opened their own studio, and they have been on it. They've been doing animated scenes for Attack on Titan, for Fire Force. They do a lot of action scenes, and now they have their own anime going right now. They're in production for it. It's amazing. Like, Black people just making strides, doing greatness. And I'm like, have you seen Black cosplayers on Facebook? Kai is one of their avid members, but they're all amazeballs. Like, look at y'all just doing this.
Yeah.
I get irritated with this because it's like, why are people always putting minorities down? You know, like, and I hate it because it's like even minorities put other minorities down because they're so used to seeing and hearing it, and that makes me angry. I'm like, yo, why do y'all care? Why do you care? Okay, are you wearing the outfit? Are you gonna have to take this entire body of makeup off of me?
Yeah.
Are you the one walking around? Are you Tori walking around in the giant red heels and Bond from fucking Seven Deadly Sins the whole time? Like, I have a pair of flip-flops in my purse. Do you want this? She's like, no, I got this.
Because I think that same year I had slippers too. That I had extra slippers. So if she really wanted to take them off, she could have. She had multiple opportunities.
And she's like, no, I got this. Our friend Tori is also an avid cosplayer. We talk her down from the number of cosplays she likes to do at conventions. I think the most we've seen was literally, she said, I have 8 cosplays for 4 days. And I'm like, you need to cut it down. At least hit to 6. Don't do 8. You ain't never gonna see this floor.
I did 6. This is on record. I did 6. 2 years ago. Don't do it. Period.
Y'all already know
Don't do it.
I don't even like to have to go back to the room anyway. So if I have to go back to the room to change and then come back out, I'm staying in the room. I'm not coming back out.
I was just like, I would make it so like, okay, so I'm just doing all these cosplays, but they all kind of like interchangeable pieces. So let me just like, I can put this in the bag, go to the bathroom, change the top, different character. That's it. Boom. Change your wig.
Hold on.
You keep the character. You only have you have the same pieces, but they can just be changed up. Let me just switch a wig. I could be a different character in the same anime.
Let me just let y'all know this, okay?
Brilliant. Let me keep that.
Peeing or having to use a bathroom.
Oh, that's always the first. That's the first thing. I'm looking at you in the camera. That's the first thing you gotta do when you make a cosplay. Make a way to go to the dang bathroom. Oh my god.
Or make sure there is a way you can buy products for it.
Or buy products for it, yeah.
The stuff for it. It's like, cause my first cosplay, no, it wasn't Raven, or was it Raven? I don't know. I hit a point where I was just like, all right, the leotard has to have snaps at the bottom because I'm not about to go through a whole get naked in the bathroom just to put my stuff on. I'm just not happy.
I am not gonna lie. There was one time, it was at AWA, not this past AWA, like AWA a few years ago. I wore Raven, and I had to pee, and I was just like, I think I brought the wrong leotard, because I have 2 leotards, so I think I brought the wrong one. So I brought the one without the snaps at the bottom.
No!
And what's the name? I had to pee, and then we had to wait for the shuttle to go back to the hotel. I was like, dang, I gotta hold it.
I'm trying my best.
So literally, I never ran so fast in my life. I was just so focused. I was just like, get out of the suit! Get out of the suit! Oh my god! And then my boyfriend was like following behind me. He's like, there's a bathroom down there. I was like, it's okay, I'll take the stairs. So I ran up the stairs, ran to the room. I was just like, get close! But that was like such a close one. I was like, oh my god, I will never do that again.
Nope.
No, I blame you because I think there was that one year. I was doing Raven out where I think first time trying to do Raven. The first leotard I had didn't have snaps at the bottom. I'm just like, nope, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna cut it and I'm gonna add snaps. Then I don't think I liked how it looked, so I just bought a whole new leotard that had snaps at it. I'm just like, nope.
I don't know how you guys wear those, because like I would feel like a toddler. unsnapping my own like little.
I have that as a body bra, so it has the snaps down there, and it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, your downstairs does not feel good. Where
Oh yeah, especially when you have to pee. It's like what?
When you're on your period, I can't imagine being on my cycle and having that, because you would just feel like you're changing your own diaper and like boop boop boop, snap it back, and I wouldn't be able to function because all I would be thinking about is how I'm a toddler. Like,
not gonna lie,
I went through that with Raven 1 year.
That's how it feels.
And it was just like, and we were at MomoCon at the time, and I'm just like, this has ruined my day.
Right.
I don't even feel like being that.
Knock on wood, so far, I've always lucked out with my period and going to cons. It's just like, I'm either ending or it'll start right after the con. I'm like, I don't care because I'm not at the con. But
You're so lucky.
I want
Mine
that life.
happens
Mine will get
every
me when I
single
have to be in
convention.
something where it's
Every
not
single
necessary.
MomoCon, there's my period. I had bought a 4-day pass like 2 years ago. I couldn't even go on the last 2 days because my cramps got so bad. And I was like, that is Saturday. Saturday's the best day. Sunday, I could do that. Saturday, couldn't even go. I was laying in bed in pain. I was like, and that's a waste of my money.
yeah, if we were able, I would have had it though. This year, I would have had it because I had my period around the 21st or whatever. So if we had went to Momo this year, I would have had it during then, and I've been like, I don't want to do any of these cosplays because if I bleed through my costume, I'm gonna be pissed.
there was a dude in the I think his name is Alfred from Full Metal Alchemist, the brother, the younger brother.
Alphonse.
I was shocked because I was walking past a dude who had like the entire suit. Like, first of all, you got way too much time on your hands. Please get out your mom's house and please get a girlfriend because I know you don't have one.
Right.
To be honest with you. He was like, because I wanted a picture of him and he was like, oh yeah. And then I was like, where did you buy this? He's like, I made it myself. And like, it actually had like some metal on it too. I was like,
wow.
Like, I know you hot. I wouldn't have did it.
Was it a giant Iron Man suit we saw at MomoCon a few years ago?
Oh, yeah.
That guy had this big functioning iron.
I think it was the Juggernaut, Hulk Iron Man.
Yes, he had the Hulk Iron Man suit from Iron Man Civil War, and he was at MomoCon. That whole thing lit up.
I call it Juggernaut Iron Man because that's what it looks like. But
it really does.
They had that. Every year there's always a Gundam guy.
There always is.
Lately, but I know there's a Gundam guy or somebody that's always in a robot suit, and I'm like, I always feel bad for them because they get stopped every 2 seconds.
They do because they're so impressive. Like,
and there was one year.
The level of skill you have,
they got the lights and everything.
Lights, the whole making of it and putting it together, the fact that you have to stand in there for hours on end, you have to do ventilation.
Ventilation, yeah. That's another thing you got to think about. But there was just 1 year where
man, I can't. That dude.
We were in like the little food cafeteria they have down there, and me and our friend Tori, we were, the guy was trying to go eat, and we were like, and he kept getting stopped every 2 seconds. We were like, hey, can let him go eat and he'll go take your picture. And people were nice about it. They're like, okay, we'll let him eat and stuff. And but cosplaying.
Real quick, the dude who was in that Full Metal Alchemist suit, like, I heard him say, like, I walked past him because like you're gonna see those people like at least 4 times walking throughout that convention, and I overheard him talking, being like, yeah, I used the bathroom a little bit in this suit before because I couldn't take it off in time. And I was just like, so basically, like, you either peed or pooped on yourself just a little bit.
Yeah.
Some of those guys be wearing full-on adult diapers.
Yeah,
because they're like, I'm going to be dedicated to this. Yeah. Sometimes, especially those big ones, it'll take them 20, 30, 45 minutes to just get out or get in. So yeah, a lot of those guys will be wearing adult diapers to be like, this is the day that I'm wearing this outfit. I'm going to be in an adult diaper all day.
Because some people just want the dedication to go the full mile. They were just like, I'm not going to take any shortcuts. I'm going to do the full thing. If I just have to think about what I have to do to make sure I don't ruin anything.
It takes them that full year from the end of that first convention to the start of the next one to get the whole plan together. Just like, I have a whole plan, I have a whole system.
Did y'all have general cosplay questions?
Me personally, no, because I don't know what I'm doing. How do you plan out what characters that you want to cosplay as? Do you just have a giant list and you're like, okay, what can I feasibly do in this time period? Or do you just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do this character because she's cute and I want to do it?
You can do it either way. Everybody is different. I personally will do all my stuff based off of group stuff, if I can get in group stuff, because it's less thought for me. Because I don't have to think about the stuff I'm going to do specifically.
Yeah. For me, it's mainly spur of the moment. So, like I can't even remember who I did recently. That's how much I cosplay nowadays. Well, I mean, I do cosplay too, so that doesn't really help me. But
you have a closet full of cosplay stuff. You are the best cosplayer right now.
Give a separate room just for cosplays, please.
Literally, this used to be my high school bedroom, and I got rid of the bed. I'm like, this is gonna be my office. I don't care.
You know, I hate you, Kai.
I'm glad I'm not being the one hated right
now. I do not care what you're going through. You're over here annoying the hell out of me. So it's like, I'm always ready to scrap with somebody at MomoCon. I'm letting you know right now, I'm always ready to scrap with somebody. Because there's always that bold individual that you're wearing a cosplay, and they'll be like, wow, if they're not commenting on your weight, race, or something else, or they're not an actual fan and a nice person, you always got that person being like, you're not in the right cosplay, like that doesn't look real enough, like that looks cheap, and you're just like, oh, I'm sorry.
You got money like that.
Yeah, like I'll never forget when I first I keep bringing back around the first time I cosplayed. You know, I was in line getting an autograph for the guy that played Ichigo, actually. Ooh. And, you know, I was trying to get, you know, tips from cosplayers that were just around me. And I asked this one girl, and she was, like, rolling her eyes at me. I don't remember what I think I was wearing, I was wearing your Luigi. And she was like, you know, I was like, where'd you get your contacts from? And she was like, the internet, I don't know. And, you know, she was just like dismissive. And I was just like, okay, I was like, I'm just trying to get, you know, tips for cosplaying better and everything. And so pretty much after that point, I was like, I guess people out there, not every cosplayer is like nice or anything. It's just some people out there are douches. I'm like, why? But okay.
I remember last year, well, not last year, but the last MomoCon that I went to, I was just walking out. I think I was coming back from lunch, and I saw this little black girl, and she had blue braids in. She was dressed in something that she looked like she pulled out of her closet, but I recognized the character who she was trying to be. It's Ursula's daughter from the Disney movies. And and she was just walking through. Her mom was with her, so was her little brother, and she was the only one in costume. And so I couldn't help myself because I remember, like, I loved her character because I love the actress. I was like, you look so good. Your Ursula costume is amazing. She looked like she was about to cry because I think that had been her first compliment that day because I don't think anyone recognized her, and I don't even want to know if anyone said anything rude about her because I was like, if someone did, I might have to find them. But she looked like she was about to cry, and she smiled and said thank you. I was like, Of course, baby, you look so cute. You look adorable. You look so and like her
I'd be
costume
like, let me
was
get a picture. I'm
amazing
about to
for
post it.
something
I'm gonna
that she
send it out there and let them know.
Just for the fact that she looked like she had just put it on her closet, but she coordinated it so well. That girl couldn't have been no older than 10. And I'm like, you did that. You look amazing. And I was like, who could be talking that? Like, people put so much effort into their cosplays with what they can afford. I'm like, I can't afford to go outside and buy all this stuff and go online and make. I don't have the time. I have what's in my closet and what I can go get at the thrift store. That's what Mama gonna give me my money for. So you know what? That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that's what
you should always compliment people on their cosplays.
Yeah, I try to use a lot of stuff from my closet. You know, I'll splurge if I feel like splurging, but a lot of my stuff comes from my closet because it's like, you know, I'm broke. I don't have that kind of money. I wish I did. If I did, my whole room would be covered in cosplay and stuff. But
nobody understands that cosplay. Well, not a lot of like people outside of like cosplaying, like if they've never done it before, they don't understand like cosplaying can be very like, well, anime nerds period can be toxic.
And then that's another thing as well. Mel, why? Why do you people not? Why?
Like you smell like you didn't shower since last MomoCon.
Right.
You smell like
the seat lines, literally. It's a fog of war just surrounding you. And maybe that's why he didn't see no females, because they were staying a good 20 feet away from him. They was like, your smell is burning off my eyebrows, and I spent hours on it.
There was literally.
I'm telling y'all right now, that got worse and worse, because everything he sent me, like, and I was like, excuse me, like, what the hell is wrong with you? There's mad people there. And he was like, well, name 6 animes that are not mainstream. I was like, who are you? I was like, are you gatekeeping anime?
Right.
You are not Asian. You do not live in Japan. You're not Japanese. So why the hell are you there? Why are you watching anime? I don't see men at cosplay at cons. Like, that's stupid. And then, you know, he went through some of my pictures. There were some older pictures of me at previous MomoCon, and he was like, wow. He was, and then you say that you play video games, and he's like, and I'm looking at your pictures and you don't look fat or unattractive, so why would you even bother? I was like, can you stop messaging me? And he messages me at like 3 in the morning after like 8 hours after that conversation. He's like, so are you single?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
If there's ever time to spit on a person, that is the time. You know the thing? I hate it. I hate that. I hate it so much. Yeah. People will sit here and argue or come at me or say something about me and then message me, like friend request me on Facebook or friend request me on Instagram. I don't want to be your friend.
Right. After you insulted me, like you really want me to be your friend after you insulted me, like
bruh.
I am not joking. Like I said, yo, I can't. Like people, if you have an attitude, don't do that. And I feel the same way. Like when it comes to like cosplayers and anime, do not gatekeep. Do not do that. That is not your job. All right. And I don't have like I can't respect it. And especially like when you hear that from people who claim that they've been bullied and they've had people say those things to them. Why would you say that to somebody else?
Yeah, trust me. And then they think, you know, oh, I put this mean comment, it don't hurt. That hurts for years. Like literally, I put up a face paint cosplay. I'm not even black in this one. I'm blue. And people had the nerve to like Smurf and stuff, because I was doing a Laguna from Monster High. And so it was just like, one day somebody posted on my commented, they were like, you look like a demon. I was like, demon? Like, really though? And, you know,
I'm cosplaying a character that's not human and be an entirely different color. What the you have to say?
It's you, okay? When he comes up, when someone comes up and says that to you, you be like, what do you mean? Your mom loves it when I wear this.
Always do the mom joke.
No, I'm like, I've seen stepmother and send you to your room and cut you off and kick you out of the house. Okay, I will do it. What we not gonna do, okay, is sit here and talk about what I'm wearing. Like, I hate that. I had somebody who was like, because you guys know, I do have some pretty decent sized boobs, right? And I was wearing a kind of sexy outfit one year, and I had somebody go up and be like, well, that anime character doesn't have boobs. I was like, what do you want me to do? Cut them off?
I know, right? Cut them off. I don't like binding. Like when people bind themselves to have the proper chest and stuff. I'm like, I know you're gonna be tight the whole day.
Right.
Like you can't breathe. You can't breathe in that.
Like, do you know proper binding techniques? They have them all over the place.
Yeah, you have to have like a breathing technique for it too, because it's like if you breathe too hard, it like you're pretty much choking on this stuff.
I have an idea. How about this? I will do that. I will bind my boobs if they can bind their nutsack and their balls and push it back up into the cavity.
I know, right? It is men that do that all the time. Like, well, you can bind your chest. I'm like, well, you can bind your. So
it'd be like, it's called touching. It's a thing.
You want to wear that skirt? I'd better not see that.
Right. It's rare that I've seen just like I've seen drag queens go to just cons in general. I've seen freaking I've seen guys like there was this one post I saw a group of guys did the Sailor Scouts from Sailor Moon, but they were Scottish, and so they had kilt, and I was like,
that's amazing.
I'm here for it.
Amazing.
There was this guy I saw. He was dressed as Samus, and he tucked it. He tucked it like smooth, like look at you. I had a big old butt, like nice.
But that's cosplay. You lift each other up, and you lift your point of cosplay is to lift each other up. Be like, hey, I love that character. Take pictures, lift each other, and it's just like
exactly.
That's all you gotta do is to lift each other.
I feel like the only people who should be like shamed during like cons and stuff like that are the people who did not put on deodorant, did not wash their butt.
That's it. That is absolutely the number one people who need to be shamed. You did not bathe. I get it, sometimes depression, things of that nature. That doesn't stop you from at least washing. There's a bathroom, and I need you to understand what a whole bath is. If you don't get them paper towels and that soap out that bathroom and just wash yourself, that's all you gotta do. Just take a whole bath. It's perfectly fine. The Lord said bathe.
I usually hear stuff like that, like when people are when it's like, because most of the time it's like men criticizing,
right?
When it comes to like cosplays, and when it comes to doing it, like I would hear them all the time make nasty comments, but they're not in cosplay.
Yeah, regular clothes.
And then the worst part is you see their stomach hanging out the bottom of their shirt. Who are you talking to, sir? Go get him tummy tuck. It looks like your pregnancy belly fell down.
Cosplayers take the effort and the time and the passion that they have for their characters, and they put that in, and they make themselves look as close to the character as possible, or they, do a little twist or whatever, but they put the time and effort into it. You don't have a costume on. You didn't bathe. Your costume is literally you in a t-shirt. I had the effort and the time. At least I tried. You didn't. You look like you just rolled out of bed. Don't stand there and judge me.
Yeah, and that's why for any cosplayers that are listening, don't listen to what these people freaking say. Enjoy it for you.
Do what you want to do. Their opinions don't matter.
It does not matter.
I think there was like a black Sailor Moon, and she had her dress in the wrong like.
Oh, I need to see that picture.
It was gorgeous. She was gorgeous, and she was talking about how like it was a video. She was talking about how she was upset because she was people walking up to her being like, none of them are black. Like I said, if there was ever a time to spit
All right. On that note, y'all, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. See y'all in a bit.
Welcome back to SipTeawithSenpais. Right now, we are going to head into our next topic, which is how we feeling in fandoms.
Random case of emotion, y'all.
Random emotions. I haven't. Well, I guess the most recent thing that, not anime-wise, but I guess cartoon-wise, that I've been into is Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beast.
Okay.
I still have to watch.
Is that on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. Yes, it is. Short synopsis is basically about post-apocalyptic society where you have the humans that live underground, and basically the animals live on the surface world, and basically things change to where like a lot of the animals are anthropomorphic, so they talk and everything, and basically the whole story of Kipo is her trying to find, well, her dad gets captured by one of the mutants that's up there, so she's basically trying to find her dad, but there's a lot of other stuff that goes along with it, which I won't spoil because it's so worth it. But yeah, that's what I've been into lately.
I'll get there one day when I hit the mood.
Nyera?
I've been in and out of a few things lately. I just finished up the newest season of Charmed, the reboot that's on CW. It's on Netflix now, but it's super good. It's got the Charmed sisters, instead of being 20-year-old white women, are a bunch of 20-year-old women of color, Latinos actually, and two of them are Afro-Latinas and one is full Latina, and it's really interesting and very just fun. So if you guys like Charmed and you guys want to see something new, that'd be something to get into. That English.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new one yet, but I
I've
It's garbage.
I've seen like five episodes, and I'm eventually going to watch all the way through. I just have to make myself sit down and do it.
Yahida likes to hate on everything else.
The idea was nice, but it just seems like they tried too hard. Like it doesn't have the same vibe that the other one had. I don't know. It's just, let me say this. It's not for me. Okay, it's not. It's just not.
Okay.
The thing about reboots, they're so different from what you already know. Like Sabrina. Like I was watching the new Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which it's way different. Like everything you knew from like the 90s, all 90s Sabrina, that's just thrown out the window because everything's like wow.
That one is supposed to, from what I've heard, is actually supposed to be based more on the comic series that it's based on. Yeah. So, you know how weird it is when I found out Sabrina the Teenage Witch was a comic book. I was like, wait, what?
That's been along with the Archie comic, which if you watch Riverdale, that's where Archie's from.
Exactly. It's so.
Yeah.
I've also been playing Hades on my computer on Steam, and I finished Final Fantasy VII remake. That game is amazing. I'm not into Final Fantasy VII like that, but that's a good game. 9 out of 10. If I could only change my controller settings, that was it. And then Hades is awesome. You should all go play Hades. It's coming out of beta. Go play Hades. It's super good if you like Supergiant games and Bastion and Transistor and all that good stuff. Go play Hades. And that's pretty much what I've been doing.
Yeah, I haven't really done video gaming much. Most I've done is Animal Crossing. But I love it. It's making my own little iPhone.
Not me, though. I play PlayStation. So all the little people, the other people who won, play music while I'm trying to play the customer out because they can't hear me on the mics. We're playing Dead by Daylight. I need to hear the heartbeat of the killer. Why are you playing trap music? Like, and it's like, oh my god, I had no idea the killer was coming. Of course, I didn't know either. You don't know why? Because I can't fucking hear him.
This is why I play RPGs, because if we're playing stuff, I'll just play my podcast in the background so that way I can just catch up. This is why I'm not on mic.
I want to play. The only RPG I would play is if I'm role-playing, alright, I have sex with you. I am not.
So you're playing Witcher?
Look, I haven't started my Crash Bandicoot yet because I gotta play it because I think a new one's coming out.
Yeah.
Right, as far
I
as
feel the
anime,
same way. I want the new one. I just have not made it through 1 through 3 yet.
I don't play Crash, but I watch Aaron, my boyfriend, play Crash.
Spoilers for a 20-year-old game. Like, come on, man, it's just remake.
So, it's still hard.
It's still hard. Yeah, like Aaron's
is the person who's watching Kingdom Hearts talking? You watch like the same 3 games for how long, and you guys are over here going crazy over something that never lasts long? Like, what? Don't get me wrong, I'm not speaking on it.
Yes, you are. You absolutely are.
Old. Didn't it take 10 years for like the 3rd Kingdom Hearts to drop? You know,
No, technically.
I expect nothing less from someone who does not like horror. You know what? Let me not. Okay, this is not about you. All right, this is about me talking about what I'm interested in and what I'm doing now. All right.
So what are you doing?
I've been mostly playing cards lately, though. I don't know. Like World War II just like caught my heart, like caught my attention lately. But you know, because I keep having to like get off, which sucks. And also, I hate anybody who could like quick scope me with a sniper. Like, you play the game too much, okay? You're probably 10. Go do your homework. And then the worst part is, I usually like to leave the mics on because I like hearing people get mad when I kill them. Oh, like one person was like, "Oh my God, Yahida, I bet that's a Muslim name. This stupid blah blah." Like, it just started saying a whole bunch of really offensive comments. I was like, "I'm not even Muslim, yo. I'm Puerto Rican, black lady." But I was like, I'm gonna make it my mission for like the rest of the time me and this person are in the same lobby. I'm just gonna kill them. And when I tell you I had 22 kills and 7 deaths, and this man sent me hate messages.
It feels that that was me when I used to play Splatoon, like especially when I got good at it, and you know, because I love Splatoon because you can like sneak up, you can go into the paint and sneak up on people. Oh yeah. All of a sudden you just see pop, like God, you're gone. And so there was this one guy, I had like a sniper, right? And what I loved about this sniper is that the range was so ridiculous. Like, okay, say like using the ends of my screen, I would be on the left side of the screen. The range of the gun could go to about here, just before the other side of the screen. And so, like they have like levels of like stairs and stuff. So, I can be like on the other side of the wall, and then what I do, I teach people with a laser first. So you do like laser, and then all of a sudden just pop, and you don't know where it's coming from. And it's just like, and there was this one guy, I just kept fighting him. I was just like, I'm so sorry, but I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry. And so I kept fighting him, and then at the end, when they totaled the tally, he just kept shooting me with his gun, because like you can't talk in there, which is hilarious. So he was
Nintendo, and they were like, look, we can't have that.
And I was killing people so bad one time that they all stayed in their spawn, like, and they were just like huddled together killing us. And I finally got the smart idea to just start throwing grenades.
Just die, mass murder.
Modern problems calls for modern solutions, okay? Y'all want to stay together like a group of roaches around like some candy? Bet PC game players. I hate all of them. Because all they do is sit there and talk trash.
Thanks.
Like Nyera, I hate you, Nyera.
I play PlayStation 2. I just happen to have a lot of new PC games.
I play anything. So if I have something for it, I will play it.
Well, let me let you
I
know.
have Sims.
Yes.
I play Sims on my computer. But I also have a PlayStation. I have a 3, 4, 2, and an Xbox 360. And a Wii.
I don't have an Xbox. I almost had one, and then I didn't have that one.
I don't want a trash box.
But it's old now. So I mainly
Does anyone else think that
use it to play, oh god, what is that name? What is that game? Oh my god.
You know what? No, Nyera, I absolutely dislike you. Because the only thing you're playing with is my emotions. You know what? Let me know.
Alexis, what's going on with you right now?
Not a thing.
Yeah, I'm drinking.
We all know I'm a procrastinator. But, and it's very boring if we think about it from the top. I have gotten into watching doll repaint videos.
Me too.
For some godforsaken reason, I feel like in the back of my mind, it could have been a road I went down if I got into doing detail stuff. But at the same time, I know I'm lazy and I won't do it. But it's also cool cosplay ideas for me in my head, because there's one dude, he did a human version of Star with blue dreads, and I loved it. And I was like, I want to do it. I want everything about it. And they also have like a little Brat doll series where they've gone in and they've made the Tweevils and Birdie. And I'm here for it. And they've made Sasha. I'm like all of it. I hope it's a series. I need it to be a series because I want to see every single Brat character from the CGI movies made. I want to see it done on a doll.
Yes.
I love
what
watching
is your
those videos.
Name your favorite.
I don't know.
Like, I want each person to name. If you don't know, it's okay. If nothing comes to mind, that's okay. So, Kai, what is yours?
What?
What is your favorite anime?
That's a hard question. That tree right here is definitely one of my top. I like anime where, not just romance, but I like ones that involve music, and that's been like my whole life. Definitely, like I said, Tree back here, where it's like pop idols and stuff, but I also like little hidden gems that people don't really watch. Like there's one on Netflix called The Forest Piano, where literally it's about yeah, I love that.
I didn't watch it yet.
But yeah, The Forest Piano, it's just about a guy that lives in a tree with his mom. Well, lived in a tree with his mom. His mom passed away, so he was mainly in that tree by himself. But one day some accident happened where a piano got stuck in there and nobody felt like going to get it, basically. And so he just learned to play the piano by himself, and then they were like, okay kid, you need to go to school. And basically after that point he was trying to do stuff professionally, and like I said, it's so great. That's just me and my anime preferences. It's either stuff with like musical expression or like artistic expression.
I don't want to ask Nyera what her favorite anime is, because it's probably probably gonna be something or stupid like Fruit Basket.
It's not. It's actually the Gray Man. I love the Gray Man so much. Forgive my language. I'm trying not to curse anymore right now, but it's it's an anime that takes place in a fictional version of the 19th century. Basically, the Catholic Church is a supernatural demon hunting organization, and you're following this kid named Alan, and he's got this arm called Innocence. That's what the name of the power is, but his arms can basically, like, he can become a giant metal claw, can shoot out laser bullets. It eventually becomes a giant super, like, claymore, and basically he's trying to take down this evil guy called the Millennium Earl.
Stop. Too many steps.
It's super good. I read the manga first because I was one of those kids that your parents dropped off at Barnes & Noble to leave them there for a couple hours because they read too much. That was my babysitter when I was a kid. So I was there in that manga section all the time, and I read through the entirety of D. Gray Man there, and then I found out there was an anime, and I have not been back since. That is my favorite anime of all time. Yahida,
What?
what's yours? Favorite anime?
Oh, it used to be Blood Plus until they killed my homie.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. My internet went out. But as Yahida was ranting at me because I didn't get to the end of Blood Plus.
You know what? Whatever. Okay, I'm not doing this.
Alexis, go.
What's your favorite, Alexis?
You haven't said anything.
Because if we're being honest, I don't have a favorite. We all know I don't finish a lot of stuff. Anything I have finished is probably years ago, and I don't completely remember what it may or may not have been. I can say, because I like a lot of comedy-based stuff, so I will binge through that real quick if I really get into the mood, and I don't do it at 9 o'clock in the afternoon, like at night. That's going to take me till 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't need to be up. I will binge through some comedy-based stuff. But Psyche K on Netflix has become my favorite thing. I will rewatch that for the 3rd or 4th time
I love
one day soon.
Psyche. That is the most funniest anime.
I haven't watched it yet. It's in my queue.
I watch it because they made it. They made a whole second part. They hadn't even finished the first part
Right.
yet, and I was so upset about it.
Psyche K, it's basically about a guy. He has psychokinetic powers.
Oh, I think I seen it.
He was just randomly born with them,
And
and
he's like a little
Yeah.
pink antenna things coming out of his head, pink hair, glasses, and green glass.
I might take
it
that.
was hilarious. I loved it.
I love
You know-
everybody in it too.
My favorite anime of all time, like I rarely ever see anybody care about it, is Blood Sea. Like,
Hey y'all, Kai Senpai here. Unfortunately with this section, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, video slowing down, audio was off, but basically we were talking about, anime characters that we hated. I'm just gonna go down the list and tell you who said what. So Nyera said she hated Bakugo from My Hero Academia, and I was basically explaining to her Bakugo is more than what he seems, and I told her how Endeavor should be hated a little bit more than Bakugo. Yahida said that she hated Goblin Slayer. I didn't watch it, but I'm assuming it's pretty bad. And my actual person that I said that I hated was Sakura from Naruto. It's a classic. A lot of people should know why by now, and if you don't, you can just honestly look it up, and I'm sure pretty people have out there have their own explanation of why. And Alexis was basically saying Tucker from Full Metal Alchemist, that's the dad that mixed his daughter with her dog just out of boredom, and basically we were all like, yeah, that's probably the most hated man in all of anime. No one else tops him. But of course, if you guys have suggestions or people you think we should look at, let us know in the comments. Alright, and back to your scheduled programming.
Let me know. That
Frieza?
was inappropriate.
Frieza, yeah, I just consistently hate Frieza. But he always gets his comeuppance in Dragon Ball. Like, there's an entire movie where this bro had a 15-minute sequence of him getting his beat.
Oh, I love.
Is this sad in my mind? Frieza's just hilarious to me.
Frieza's
Because
hilarious.
he went from being a genocidal maniac to just a punk.
You know who's funny to me? Whoever made Dragon Ball Super. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Abridged. Dragon Ball Abridged. That's funny to me because like they
I love
had
those guys.
Goku holding his kid, and you know when Goku's brother shows up and steals his kid, like the guy was like yoink. And I don't know why. That was so funny to me. Like I
Team
cannot.
4-star. I'm so sad they're not doing them anymore. That
They
was Team
are.
4-star. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm so proud of you guys.
But
It's like, this is bringing a joke. I love
But
those
yeah,
guys.
Frieza in
Them
general.
white boys were
is
hilarious.
just- Frieza, I love the one. I don't know which super movie it was, but there was just a movie where it starts off where they're showing Frieza in hell, but hell was like, what's that ride on? What's that ride in Disney? You know, It's a Small World after all. It was pretty much like that. He was in a world like that, and then he couldn't do anything because he was in like this cocoon where it was just his face, and he was just like.
Akira Toriyama does not give a fuck anymore. He's like, I'll do this
He's in
stupid
happy
shit.
hell and can't do nothing about it until one day I think they had to wish him back or something like that. I can't remember anymore.
you know what?
Super's weird, and all their movies are
I'm
weird
not a
too.
fan of Dragon Ball.
I'm on and off with it.
I gave up at the top.
Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z.
For my own.
One thing out of Dragon Ball GT, and that's it.
Gave up on watching Dragon Ball from beginning to end because I don't know where I stopped. And I know they showed him meeting, like Goku and Chi meeting and everything. I'm just like, was she human?
Yeah, Chi
Oh,
is
is she?
human. Chi is technically the strongest human woman on Earth. She's not the strongest woman because that's Android 18, but she's the strongest human woman.
First of all, can I say that I'm jealous?
I totally think she could beat Padel's ass.
So
And he gets it in.
weird.
There's a reason there's an Android that likes him.
She's an android. Like, where did the baby come from? I am not okay.
Yeah,
with
they
this.
Technically, she's a cyborg,
Yeah, she's
but they
cyborg.
translated it as Android
Yeah.
in
All
English.
I'm hearing is blah blah blah, like metal
She's
parts,
mostly
blah
human.
blah blah.
That's it, metal parts. But she didn't have a metal part down there.
Right.
She had that whop. And could have like, yes.
Wow. Okay. Got dirty real quick.
If there's one thing we can say about these ladies in Dragon Ball Z, they had the whop because they got their mans on lockdown.
Look, I'm just saying. All right.
And she got it in. Bulma put that on lockdown. Good job, girl.
Hey, like, and twice. She has 2 kids, right? Yeah, she's 2 kids.
Yeah.
Dude.
Bra. Yeah, she has Trunks
Bra
and then a
Trunks.
baby named Bra.
Yo, like.
Trunks was my wife. Trunks was my first anime crush
about
ever.
anime crushes,
Future Trunks. I was like,
Anime crushes.
And that isn't that gonna be for a different one?
Hold on. I got a list, okay? Sebastian from Black Butler, he can get it. Shishomaru can get it. Like, hold on. You know what?
we know.
Even though I'm angry,
We know
Inuyasha
Shishomaru.
can get it.
That-
Look, Inuyasha could get it. Shishomaru could get it. Itachi could get it.
Yes.
Sango can get it. Sango absolutely can get it. I love that
So
bitch.
out of all the women on Inuyasha in the first place,
I
Sango's
know,
my favorite.
Sango was the
He
prettiest.
is my favorite. I could care less about Kagome, if we're being honest. And then
Because
Kikyo, I could
Sango
kind of care less
has
about
heart,
too. So I'm just
okay?
like,
Sango has heart. She works
No,
hard.
Sango
she
is the
contributes.
strongest woman because she can throw that boomerang and she can just knock it out with it. I'm like,
Because she has,
yes.
like I said, she's useful, okay? The only power that Kagome has is literally because of Kikyo, and it's ridiculous.
Right, it's not even her power, it's Kikyo.
It's not, and you're not even strong. Like, you always have to have somebody help you. Then you broke the shards, and you're like, oops, I guess we have to find them now. And like, they're so much nicer than me because I would have just right in the
like, good luck on that journey though. I'm gonna stay here.
Y'all playing. I would have threw her back in that well and like boarded that up. Okay? I'm not no. That is, you are a teenager. You should not be that stupid. 1, 2, how is your aim? There's so much space. And you aim at the jewel, you don't aim at the creature which is bigger than it.
Right.
And you want me?
I thought she hit it on accident.
It was
It's been a long time since I've seen Inuyasha. I don't remember.
An accident, but it's still the fact that it happened.
It's not just that. She was not, I don't feel like she was helpful, okay? The only thing she had was she could sense things. Again, you got powers from the woman who you took her man, and then you're getting mad because her man still has feelings for his, okay?
I think we should get to our last topic before Yahida goes simping for more characters.
No, I'm not. Hold on. Hear me
Take a
out.
full
Hear
day
me
to do
out.
that, definitely.
You know, let me not. Go ahead. Gotta eat my chips.
So our last topic. Our last topic is good vibes check, little joys, where we just talk about what's making us happy this week, this day, just what things that make us happy right now. Alexis, what's been making you happy this week, this month?
Right now,
This
definitely.
year of
I've been
2020?
sewing skirts. Sewing skirts
Here we go.
and Halloween outfits. That's all I've been doing lately, and I've just found such a joy from them. So
I have finally caught up.
I've been growing a tomato plant. And
behind on my webcomics, and I'm happy. 'Cause I was behind for like a month, and half of them update every day, and I'm like, when is it gonna happen?
right. I'm slowly catching up on mine. I have a lot to go, but
We know I have a problem, okay? I will admit that, and we all know the main genre of what it's probably under. If y'all want to do that on the different day,
yeah, we do.
we can. It's cool. I'll be there.
Random things. I'm growing like a tomato plant, and I just pulled 2 off, and I'm happy because they're nice and huge. And it was a surprise because we didn't think they were supposed to be growing, especially around fall. So I'm enjoying me growing plants.
yay.
Nyera, we're in the south.
So random.
It's like over.
I know.
It's hard to grow plants here.
Tomato plants are like tomato plants are usually like an early, like late spring, early summer plant. And my mom was using compost with her flowers, and we didn't know there's tomato seeds in it, and so it just grew.
Oh wow.
We were like, oh, it was a surprise tomato plant.
We gotta love a happy
So
accident.
yeah, it grew in the late and delicious happy accident.
That sounds very familiar. I didn't know there was a seed in me, and you know, I got a baby now. Great day. That's a surprise, bro. Oh, you guys want to say what I'm happy about?
So what's been making you happy?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm cramping. Okay, I am not having Yo, like, I have a teething baby and I've been cramping. I guess, you know, one of the only happy things going on is like, I sold more hair oil, which is great. You know, I like getting people to have healthy hair, and I support people.
Your entrepreneurial business is taking off. Be happy about that. You're selling hair. You're doing your small business thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I started working on this other book that I'm writing, which is pretty dirty. I don't know. You know what? I'm happy. I'm just going through a moment. My day was going good, but then Nyera started talking about her on host bug. There it went.
I didn't start this conversation. I'm ending it!
For now.
For now. Actually, no, we're ending this whole conversation. Don't hold on. Oh my god.
Like I said,
This is gonna haunt me for decades.
before I realized that I was talking most of. Who are the other people you guys find attractive? I just want to know real quick, in case I'm missing some sexy and
Anime people.
Or just human people.
I think most of everybody has the same general
I probably
list.
posted him like 10,000 times, but definitely Hawks from My Hero.
Yes, Aizawa is also, because that the man is a whole vibe. It's like, I am too tired to. Yes, you are. We all are. I understand it. It's a whole vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's about it.
That's all I can think of right now.
That's all I have in my head lately is his Hawks. And
You
then
said it's what?
If we were to talk about real people, then it would be jumping back and forth. But Michael B. Jordan's always gonna be at the top because he's a weeb and he's fine. So.
He is.
He's A plus, S, triple S. And you're a nerd? Oh, fuck yeah. Him, John Boyega, just like, yes.
Aquaman.
And John Boyega also does not give a and he will tell people off and I love it.
And I remember his.
Aquaman.
Is it Jason Momoa? Is that his
Jason
name?
Momoa. Yes.
That is his name. That's Aquaman dude. Love him.
I'm that nigga.
I only know who this is because Bruno was like, "How did you know who Aquaman is?" And I was like, "The like comic book character, yes." And he was like, "No, like the like live action one, like the guy." I was like, "No, I haven't seen it. I only know who he is because Bruno really walked up to me and was like, "Do you see how sexy he is?" And I'm like, "Sorry, is that conversation we need to be having right now? Like, let me know beforehand, like hand, okay? Are you?" And then like Michael from the balcony, like him and Bruno knew each other for like all of 2 days, and they were looking at each other like up and down. I'm thinking I'm about to sit here and rock this dude's face, and why is he like, like I'm thinking he wants to fight or something. He was like, "Bruno, you're a really good looking dude." Like, and Bruno's like, "I was thinking the same thing about you." I was like, hello?
Why you were not asking, yo, you want to have a threesome instead of just, being pissed?
I don't want him. He's built like a twig, and he's Jamaican, so I don't want to listen to him angrily talk to me in patois. I do not. Okay, I do not. All right, and then like to make it worse, like he left. He went to the military, and he texted Bruno, "Hey, I miss you, da da da." And he was like, they do it to aggravate me because he's not the only friend of Bruno's that does it. This man. I texted him. I was like, "Bro, did you just text Bruno? You miss him? What is going on with you?" And he was like, I was like, "What are you, like, gay?" And he was like, because, as a bisexual person, I like making these jokes. I was like, "What are you, gay?" And he was just like, "I'm trying to be, but Bruno's still with right now." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm like 6 months pregnant, and I'm like, who is he talking to?
He's like, "I'm trying to get in the bed."
I'm telling you, yo. Mom's like, "You're not worried about like some girl trying to come up to him and like flirt with him or something?"
No.
I was like, "No, I'm worried about his friends. They're always sitting here saying wild things. Like,
let them have their bromance. It's queer platonic, they're fine, as long as they ain't.
I'm starting to wonder."
I mean, Yahida, you have me. Why can't he have somebody?
You two, and Candace be just saying all the dirty, nasty sex jokes. Let Bruno have his too.
I almost
She tried you. She's like,
Surprised because she's admitting that we slept together.
I mean, you
all
said
the
I ever
dirty
denied
jokes
it. I never
between you.
denied that.
All the dirty jokes you three just throw out. You, Candace, Alexis. Let Birdo have his dirty jokes.
You know what? You know what we should do? Me, Alexis, and Candace. Not 69, but like lay in a triangle and eat each other up. You know what? That'll be the end of today.
End the podcast.
That is the end of today's podcast. The first out of their episode of Sipping Tea with Senpais. We want to thank y'all for listening in. Look at us up from our look us up on our social medias. We have Instagram,
Don't do me.
Facebook, our YouTube, where we upload the video version.
If you have any questions, please send me a message. Do not send me inappropriate pictures of yourself unless, like, I don't want them. Don't want them. There's nothing worse than an unwanted private pic. Nope.
No unsolicited pics, please. Thank you.
None.
That's all. We appreciate it.
I don't want to see these videos.
Subscribe to our podcast on whatever listening platforms you listen to us on. Leave a review, rate, all that good stuff.
And if you want to follow us individually, I will put that in the description below or above, wherever it is.
When we remember our own stuff, so we can tell you.
I'm Silver Rhapsody.
So
that's how you know.
I think I'm just Nyera on Instagram. I'm not sure. But I have been the wannabe mediator, Nyera.
I'm Kai, your bubble senpai.
Yep, I'm changing my name to @Nyera is the worst.
Our local demon, Yahida.
Hey.
And our special guest, Senpai Alexis. We will see you guys next time. And enjoy your tea. Have a good night. Bye, guys.